All right, let's talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds right now: the rising cost of fuel here in the US. We're going to cut through the noise and look directly at the official data to figure out what's really going on at the pump. So, let's just dive right in.
You know that feeling when you pull up to the gas station and see the price? Yeah, that sticker shock is very real. And it's not just you. Official data confirms this isn't just happening in one or two spots. We're actually seeing a clear, documented trend of fuel costs going up in states all across the country.
And of course, this isn't just about numbers on a sign, is it? It has real-world consequences. For millions of us, it means our daily expenses are higher, our commutes to work cost more, and there's just a lot more pressure on our household budgets. It's a direct hit to the wallet, plain and simple.
Okay, so the big question is, why? Why is this happening now? To really get a handle on the price you're paying, we have to look at the bigger forces at play in the global energy market. Well, according to the experts, it's kind of a perfect storm of three main things. First up, you've got seasonal demand. Think about it. As it gets warmer, more people are traveling, and that pushes demand for fuel up. Then there's the global oil supply. That can get shaky based on production decisions or any disruptions overseas. And on top of all that, you have general market uncertainty, which can be triggered by all sorts of global events. It's really the combination of these three things that's putting the squeeze on prices.
Now, while we definitely feel it most when we're filling up our own cars, the effects of rising fuel costs, well, they spread out much, much further. It creates this ripple effect that touches pretty much the entire economy.
And here's the thing that's so crucial to understand. An increase of just a few cents per gallon might not sound like a huge deal, but it's enough to set off a pretty significant chain reaction all the way down the supply chain. It's a classic case of how one seemingly small cost can cause big problems down the line.
So here's basically how that works. It all starts with higher fuel prices. That makes it more expensive for trucks and ships to move products around. But that extra cost doesn't just, vanish. It gets baked right into the final price of all kinds of goods. And that means everything from your groceries to a new TV can end up costing more.
With all these moving parts, it's pretty clear the road ahead is a bit uncertain. And that brings us to what everyone really wants to know. What's going to happen next?
Now, government agencies are, of course, keeping a close eye on all of this, but let's be honest, that doesn't really help you right now, does it? For drivers all over the country, the impact is already here, and you feel it every single time you have to fill up the tank.
So, based on all the data we've just looked at, the key question we're facing today really isn't if prices are going up. That's already happening.
The real question, the one that's on everybody's mind, is this: how long is this trend going to last? That's the big uncertainty, and it's the number one concern for families, for businesses, and for the economy as a whole.
And I really want to stress this one more time. Everything we've talked about here today is based on official, verified data. The goal here is not to guess or speculate, but just to explain what the numbers are telling us right now.
In a situation like this, which is constantly changing, the best thing any of us can do is just stay informed. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.